It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. End of the year coming, I'm posted like Tim Duncan. Teaching niggas how to grow they shit like it's Teen Summit. Teaching niggas how to talk to me, I don't hear nothing. You red pill rappers about to fall from the red button. This chair comfy, need real money. Let me find out you industry niggas is Ted Bundy. Let me find out, let me wind down. Take some time out to calculate the weight I clear monthly. USD to them pounds, feet deep in the ground. Stand firm like your whole shit for $200. I'm big worm, switch the game up to help y'all score. Dave Stern try to box me in Martin. I treat him like T. Hearns. Got a baby doing 5 weeks. Made it through my juvenile hell, was bumping my deep. Homies in them 2-man cells struggle to find sleep. We ain't talking Casanat, we don't talk like barbershops. Circumvent the streams, we taking it back to mom and pop. Distribution, pick and choosing for the institution. Niggas losing, y'all can check the units. They say the internet level the playing field. I say they made you confident in racing with your training wheels. Fuck 'em rapping for if I can't pay a cable bill. Fuck 'em rapping for if I can't even say what's real. How you say you independent with a major deal? Niggas fell in love with the lies. I see how shady feel. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out here, man. In this video, we're going to be talking about Drake and the prospect of Iceman being possibly delayed, pushed back. Some people even believe that this album may not even exist. Shout out to Chillin' with Moni and Big Zoe. I've seen y'all on y'all channels saying y'all don't even know if this motherfucking album exists. I saw Moni saying that he might be transitioning from an album to a mixtape. And I think it's very interesting that these new, I guess, breakthroughs are coming in terms of this this album that's been fleeting you know what I mean? He's been saying it's coming for a long time. Over a year, he's been promoting this album. He's got people like the DJ that don't spin and What's the Dirt. They're talking about Iceman coming soon, leaking songs, and trying to build narratives and build worlds that Drake himself isn't even building. Um, he had a whole Iceman series going throughout last year. It didn't lead us anywhere. He did end up playing a few songs along the way. Seems like the main beneficiary of that whole situation was Central C getting put front and center in his rollout. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, it really didn't take us nowhere. The Pinocchio shit, the ketchup blood, it was just weird, and ultimately showed us what we already knew, which is that Drake is not a strategist. The war general, he tried to portray himself to be this thinking man, this person who is cerebral with the way that he approaches things. What was that? You know what I'm saying? And that's just being objective. Even your fans came out and said that those episodes and where it took the people was trash. Kai Cenat, you got mad at him for saying that episode was trash. The DJ that don't spin. As much as he was reluctant and has been trying to scale it back, said that last episode was trash. Everybody was fucked up. What's the dirt? Y'all gave that nigga false information. Y'all told him that it was supposed to be some big reveal. The album was supposed to be revealed. A new banger was supposed to be revealed at the end of the series. Nothing. You made yourself and all of your faithful online constituents look like idiots. You know what I mean? So now the new word is perhaps it's not even dropping. Perhaps Iceman is like a fucking placebo or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Just to keep the people talking. Just so that he doesn't fall out of the news cycle, which I think is a very strong chance. Because let's be clear. We do not know if Drake and UMG have even finalized their renegotiation process, right? Now, if y'all can remember, back to when Drake first filed his lawsuit against UMG, one of the talking points was about the renegotiation process. He said that he was up for renegotiation with UMG at the top of 2024. He also claimed that Kendrick Lamar was in his renegotiation with UMG via Interscope to renew his contract as well. He claimed that Kendrick took a short-term contract and the music that was released in the battle, from Drake's perspective, was a trial period for Interscope to show what they could do for Kendrick to solidify him to re-sign a long-term contract with the label. Now, we don't know any of that to be true. I'm just saying that was his allegation, right? But more specifically for Drake, he clearly stated that he believed that they were trying to devalue him in the marketplace so that they would not have to pay him the money that he was asking for, publicly humiliate him to drive down his value. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull up some of the verbiage from this contract from this time period just to refresh everybody's memory. The contract between UMG and Drake is up for renegotiation in 2025. By the spring of 2024, UMG understood that the rise of streaming platforms had enhanced the bargaining power of artists. Established artists whose contracts are coming up for renewal are in an improved position to demand higher take rates due to the improvement in the visibility of cash flows and risk reduction. And as described below on Information and Belief, UMG was incentivized to act, and in fact did act, in a manner to reduce that bargaining leverage in advance of upcoming renegotiations with Drake over contract renewal. Okay? He then went into UMG's agreements with Kendrick. And remember, he was asking for Kendrick to submit his contract for review during his lawsuit process. So that's one piece of the puzzle, right? That whole ordeal, he was supposed to be up for renegotiation 2025. However, the way that 2025 worked out, they were in court for the majority of the year, going back and forth, sullying each other's name. When I'm talking about UMG and Drake at this point now, they're going back and forth, filing legal paperwork, UMG trying to get it dismissed, Drake trying to get it forced to a trial. So clearly, as they were going through that process, they weren't behind the scenes renegotiating, right? And all the talk was, is Drake either trying to get out of his contract with UMG? Is this his way of trying to force his way out? Or was this a situation where he was fighting for the rights of artists, which we know was a whole load crock of bullshit? We don't even hear nobody talking about that angle no more. So, did he get the deal he was looking for? I highly doubt it. You took us to court. You embarrassed us. You wasted our motherfucking time. We wasted hella money going back and forth with your ass. You still got us going through the appeal process. Let's not forget that. Drake appealed the judge's decision, so they're still actively in court awaiting a decision to see if this thing is going to move forward to even be held under further review for Drake to try to get back in the courtroom. So when he's coming out here, people catching him walking out of hotels, and he's talking about Iceman coming soon. It's about to get real cold out here. Iceman, Iceman, Iceman. Well, how are you going to do anything with Iceman if you're contractually held up with a company that's like, we're not putting shit out on you until we get all this worked out? The power ultimately is in their hands. Not to mention, he wanted some astronomical money. People say that he wanted somewhere in the upwards of $750 million to $1 billion to enter that renegotiation process with UMG. They're definitely not giving you that, brother. So with all that being stated, I am not surprised that I'm now hearing Iceman could be postponed. I've been seeing people talking about it on Twitter, so-called insiders, not insiders from us, but people, so-called industry insiders who have information. Now it seems that whatever information they've been receiving, they've been cut off. Right? There was supposed that people are alleging that over the course of the last 2 weeks, there was supposed to have been a single from Drake. Never materialized. No such thing. So it looks to me like you tried to play your hand and you lost terribly and you're trying to figure it out, but you're trying to present yourself as having the ultimate confidence in front of the people. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, trigger warning, we are going to play a quick portion from the DJ that don't spin. I know everybody hates him, but even he came out recently and said that every record that has been played or leaked up until this moment are not a part of the Iceman album. Now, I find that to be strange because as they were being leaked, as those songs were coming up, the primary narrative was, this is leading up to Iceman. It's about to get real cold. Iceman coming soon. Here's a leaked record from the Iceman, da-da-da-da-da. Now, he's claiming that everything that we're hearing or have been hearing from Drake is from the era of Drake when he was in the studio recording right after the battle. 2024. Everything is 2024 pack. It's old shit now. Which makes a little bit of sense because in these records, he's still taking shots at DeMar DeRozan, still taking shots at LeBron, still in this woe is me ass place. You know, that's been a constant complaint every time we've heard a new Drake song. It's like, why is this nigga still talking about the same shit? Not like us, I'm not like y'all. Why would I want to be like y'all? It's like, why would you do that? Why are you still harping on this shit? So I do think, although Homeboy is hella manipulative, I do think there could be some truth to it because why is every song that we've heard still talking about that specific time period when we're 2 years removed from it? So here we go. So this post here says, the DJ that don't spin just dropped the truth. All those Drake leaks you've been seeing, including the ones he posted, are straight from the Drake Party Next Door recording sessions. Now, y'all remember last year when my page got struck for playing that fucking what was that fucking shit? The Fighting Irish freestyle? It was right around the time that the Party Next Door Drake album was about to come out. They were leading up to it. And just a couple weeks before that album dropped, I played the Fighting Irish shit on my channel. Nigga struck my channel. Web Sheriff and some other motherfuckers came around here meddling with my shit. I thought that was very strange. Right? Especially since Fighting Irish was not a Drake Party Next Door record. It was a solo Drake record. But somehow it was just weird. You know what I mean? Didn't understand it because UMG typically doesn't strike channels. UMG, for the most part, in my experience, they'll put a copyright claim on some shit. They may even copyright block your video. But I haven't received a copyright strike on my channel from UMG. You know who does copyright strikes? Sony, which is who Party Next Door is signed to. They struck my channel on behalf of that. They struck my channel on behalf of SZA before, which is why I say I shy away from playing Sony music over here. So I do believe there is some truth to these tracks being from the Drake Party Next Door sessions, because why was Party Next Door's label out here striking niggas' channels for solo Drake songs? Didn't make any sense.
I got a leak that was, these are old leaks, okay? I hate to, and I hope he doesn't hit me like, yo, Ak, why are you saying this? So Drake recorded a shit ton of songs in the era of, what's it called? What's the name of the album? The album with Party. Some Sexy Songs for You.
Don't even know the name.
80% of the leaks, or 90%, I want to say, are from songs recorded back in that era. So when you think you're hearing some new shit, it's those songs leaked. Okay? Now, would Drake consider them to put on his new album? Maybe. But everything you're hearing, and I'm even gonna lie to you, and I don't know if I'm like ruining it for some people, and this is why I hate talking about it, because I respect Drake so much and I fuck with him. Everything you're hearing from all them episodes you're hearing, you're not hearing real new Drake music. Like, whatever Iceman, if Iceman dropped tomorrow, I probably would never hear it. Everything you're hearing, remember, I got the Preston song. The Preston song is an old-ass song that was done around No Face. Most songs you're hearing that leaks from Drake is during the recording session for Drake and Party's album. But of course, we love Drake. He's the greatest artist ever. We want anything that he puts out.
Dick swinging is crazy.
These aren't necessarily Iceman project, Iceman songs. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and rule out, and there's much more which I just won't get into because me and Drake talk. He might use a song that is a little bit old. The thing is, people have gotten leaks. I don't know how they've gotten it. They've gotten leaks that's from that era of recording. But most of those was during the recording era of him and Party's album. Every song you've heard, whether it's National Treasure, whether it's this new shit where he's like, yo, free slime or whatever. I think it's called Sizing Me Up. Whether it's all from that era. Now, I'm not here to say I don't know what's on Drake's album. I can't tell you if he's going to use some old shit, because he might have a joint that you're like, I didn't. Me and Party did an R&B album. That might not be on the album, but I might take it and remix it or do this. And I think that's what he was going to do for National Treasure. Like to keep it 100 with y'all, the drama behind that, and me and Drake talk about it, but I ain't trying to give y'all everything. It's either top 5 or Presso who leaked that, because Drake did love that song, but one of them leaked it. You know what I mean? And he don't like leaked songs, so I guess it won't be on nothing. But at the end of the day, just kind of. But they were recorded in a different.
Funny enough, it was just a month ago where Rory and Mal came out and said basically the same thing that the DJ that don't spin is saying now. Mal says none of the Drake snippets floating around are actually on Iceman. Claims he knows the official release date. None of what you're hearing on the internet is on Iceman. Those are throwaways. That is what Mal was saying a month ago. Now, do I believe either of them to know what ultimately Drake is going to do? Shit, no. I think he's misdirecting them just as much as he's trying to misdirect the public. Because maybe Iceman ain't even a real fucking album. Now, do I think Mal may have some music from Drake? Sure. Some unreleased shit that he's bumping in his phone? Sure. I think that's plausible. But the more that I'm sitting with this information and processing everything that I've known about this nigga's whole situation, I wouldn't be surprised if the Iceman era is him actually coming out in plain sight saying, hey guys, UMG got me on ice. I'm the Iceman. This whole era of me doing leaks, and remember there was the 100 gigs, and they started taking the best songs from 100 gigs. The shit with Lotto, the No Face, the other shit. They put them bitches on streaming against his will. They said, bitch, we putting it up. UMG, go look them songs up. Them bitches got UMG name on it. Right? He tried to do another 100 gigs. Them niggas said, no, take that shit down. Right? That nigga's on ice, man. They got that nigga on injured reserve, people. That album ain't coming because it seems to me they may not even have finished the negotiation process, and both parties probably got things that they want that haven't and won't be delivered. So if you're a Drake fan and you're waiting on this album, don't hold your breath. And with Moni saying that she's heard that Drake is going to drop a mixtape, I think that also kind of falls in line with what's been going on here. Because typically, if y'all know, mixtapes don't count towards record label commitments. So if you're under contract to deliver 5 albums, You could give them a mixtape all you want. If you've delivered 3 out of 5 albums, that mixtape is not going to count as your 4th. We'll put it out. We'll let you promote it. We might even sing you out on the road for a few dates so you can feel like you're touring. Might make a little something, you know what I'm saying? But the artist ain't going to make no money off of it, really. And it's not going to count towards your release commitment that ultimately gets you through your contract so that you can renegotiate or go out and take other offers from other labels. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's leaning into possibly doing a mixtape. Just like, man, my fans want music. I can't really get UMG to move how I want them to move. Let me give them something. Let me give them a project just to hold people over. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is the same guy who's put out the fucking care package. You know what I'm saying? Scary Hours projects, which is like little projects in between. He's done it before. It's not something new. So I wouldn't be surprised, man. And I personally believe these leaks that we've been hearing ain't really leaks. These are songs that he wanted people to have. These are songs that he wanted to, whatever those sneak disses were, whatever those little shots that he was sending at certain people, he wanted those people to hear it. You're not convincing me that it's just a coincidence that every song that leaked was him taking shots either at Kendrick, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, or somebody else in the entertainment industry that he felt did wrong by him based on the battle. Ain't no fucking way it was a coincidence. Every time out? So your engineer, your hard drive just gets hacked only when you're taking sneak disses at people? Come on, man. Where's the logic in that? But I know, coming from J Nolan for some people, oh, this is just a Drake hate page. So you're going to come up with new narratives. All right, nigga. Yeah, I made this up on my own. Okay. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Become an Insider. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had to